Morning.
Hi, La Joya.
Hello.
Hi, Rhoda.
Hey.
Hola,
Hola,
mamis.
hola.
We haven't seen you in a long, long time already. Feels like it. So,
Right?
we're in a movie, and La Joya, you're just rocking and rolling all over the place.
I'm not in a
I,
movie, in a series. It's a show, it's not a movie.
Well, still, wow. Yeah, that's
I'm
awesome.
working on it.
yeah,
I'm
that's
working on
good.
it.
That's good.
Yes. La Joya.
Hey, apenas llegué de Spurs, the Spurs game. Verónica performed at the courtyard at the Spurs game con unos bailadores, los folóricos.
Oh, wow.
Yes, the bendiciones. Yeah, it was pretty awesome. That's
Oh,
pretty good.
cool.
Nice.
Yeah, but it was so windy. They didn't put the stage, but we kind of made it on the outside.
Oh, yeah. That's crazy weather we're having now.
I know everybody's blowing away.
I know.
I'm trying to get on my computer. Hmm. How's everybody else doing out there?
We're doing good. We're doing good. Let's see.
Try-
Vicky B is on. She says, hello, ladies.
What's up, Vicky V?
Martin Ramos,
Hello, Vicky.
saludos desde Lansing, Michigan.
Oh, wow. Shout outs to Michigan.
That's right. I wonder how the weather is
Yes.
over here. Is it as strange as it is over here? Oh, I hear you.
Oh, let me turn off my phone. Hold
Yeah, so I don't know what we're doing on the show because so like yesterday I was antier, I was feeling like feeling a little weird. And
Hmm.
yesterday, like a little more like mocosa. I was like, well, it's these allergies when all this wind, right?
Hmm.
And today, like I just feeling really, really weird. And I was like, ¿dónde está ese thermometer para checarme? I'm feeling a little feverish. I was at 97.6. Perfect. And
Oh.
then I checked again, 98.6. Okay. Y ahorita chequé otra vez 100.6. Óyeme, no.
Hmm.
So, saludos, Mr. Johnny Abrigo. Hello.
Hello, guys and ladies. How y'all
Welcome.
doing today? Thank y'all so much for having me on your show.
Thank you for coming on. Vicky V says, oh my goodness, my son had to evacuate his house today because of the fires, but they were able to go back and they did not burn. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, they were pretty high here in Texas. Where I'm at, they were about 60-mile-per-hour winds.
Oh my
So,
goodness. Huh. Interesting. Very interesting. Very strange. So, how are you doing, Mr. Abrigo? I know
I
I normally Mr. Hendog does a little intro and his videos and all that music, but technical difficulties, which is my middle name, so we're used to it.
I understand. I totally understand.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just gotta shoot it from the hip. So, but yeah.
Hmm.
So talk to us, Mr. Abrigo, where are you coming from? What we got your bio and it's pretty impressive bio. So talk to us. Tell us a little bit about what's going on with you.
Oh, I've been in the music business. Well, before all this, I come from a small little town called Roscoe, Texas. I just moved back here probably about 7 years ago when I remarried, and um, but it's a little town between you know farmers, ranchers, oil is big around here, and then the windmills. So it's a little bitty community. Everybody knows everybody around here. um, own a restaurant as well. My professional career is a safety professional. I'm a manager for a construction company that does bridges and roadways all throughout
Oh.
Texas and the United States. So I do a lot of training and et cetera. So
Hmm.
investigations for accidents and et cetera. So it's quite a bit. Been to college for it, and before that, when I graduated from here, I went off and did other stuff, and before I got my career, and when I decided to do music, gosh, I was maybe 7 years old. My dad bought me my first accordion when I was maybe 9, and playing that, and I ended up learning a little bit about that, learning a little bit of the bajo, and drums. I can't play them as good as some of my colleagues can that are really, really good at it. But I learned little by little, and then I just started into playing music um, myself. Ooh, my first shows, I was off and on helping Eddie Gonzalez, um, and friends like Max Baca and the Texas Maniacs.
Oh,
Oscar Garcia that plays with that's those Garcia brothers. Um, good
nice.
associates and friends of mine like Kevin Fowler and este Rick Trevino. You know, so I got a lot of people that I know in this industry, and both, to be honest with you, in this doing this country crossover album, I did just because Max Baca from the Maniacs, the Tex Maniacs, and this Flaco Jimenez said, "Hey, you need to start doing country as well." So that's why I started doing this as a crossover. My first band was called Tejano Fire back in the day,
Uh-huh.
uh, in the '90s,
Appropriate
and
for
so
this with all those fires.
yeah. So I went from that, and I'm very blessed. God has done a lot in my life. I've been through a lot. And with that being said, just from a small community, one thing that I do is I have a strong faith, and I try to help as much as I can within my community. I'm on the city council and try to do functions with the school for our youngsters, and then for our military and beyond military, and talking about ways of helping out with people that suicide prevention. And that started with a friend of mine that's in the military as well. That we started helping our own, because people don't understand. If you don't have never had PTSD or anything like that, or stress or anxiety, uh, you don't have to actually be in the military, or you can be a simple person. You can, law enforcement. I mean,
Sure.
it just depends on what you do and how you take it on. But there's always a way out. Uh, there's no a lot. You are here for a reason, and
Mhm.
God put you here for that. And so, but there's always somebody to talk to. And I always, at the end of the show, I'll give my number out. Doesn't matter what time of day or night it is. If somebody needs help, I'd be glad to answer a phone call. And if it's just to listen, hear you scream, whatever it is, you
Yeah.
know, people need that in these days. And it's sad that our world has got to where even in social media, there's a lot of bullying. There's a
Oh,
lot of
Oh, yeah.
things that go on like that, and we need to be better, people than that. So
totally agree. Well, it's wonderful that you're answering your calling,
Mhm.
especially in that aspect of the suicide prevention, because I was just at a music for change workshop, and they talked about this one gentleman, a musician. He said he's talking about getting um, an organization together along with counselors or therapists,
hmm
because in the music business, there's a lot of suicide as well.
yeah, oh yeah, yeah,
Oh, really?
yep. There
Yeah,
is. It's a high. It is. That's and it seems like it's increasing, and that's what's sad. You know,
Oh,
that is a very sad case.
yeah, yeah. Even more reason for everybody to just get along and support
hmm
each other. And I love your message.
Yeah,
thanks.
I mean, we there's always a agree to disagree. There's not any there's no reason to be harsh and prudent with somebody. Respect goes a long way. You know, uh, and so that's how I look at it. Everybody's got a story. You
Definitely.
know.
That's correct. Everybody does have a story. I mean, and they sometimes they just need somebody to listen to their story.
hmm
Mhm.
And that
Yep. That
that
opened a whole new book, and and that's what my one of my main missions is to help people like that are going through those problems. And I know it all too well. I've been through it. I've been through a lot in my past, and so that's what I told myself. If there's anything I can do is to lend an ear as best as I can.
So is your music targeted by any chance towards, healing or, anything like that? I mean, of course, music is therapy.
Yeah.
Music is the unifier, I believe, and music, I think, is magic. So,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah. Music, and the ones I picked was just because of uh, my old heroes, that I had, Flaco Jimenez and Freddie Fender, things of that nature. Some of these songs, Roy Clark, some of those influences is what influenced my album right now. Now later, I'll be honest with you, the biggest stage I ever want to perform is on God's stage, singing
Oh,
Christian music. That would be my ultimate goal. Uh,
Wow.
playing for people to honor. It's great. Don't get me wrong, but if I could change one life to change their mind about what Christ has for them on the other side, is it's even better than that. There's no award you can give me for that. you know.
yeah. And that's
So
good. Yeah, especially now with these, a lot of people, oh, I didn't get the award. Yes, I got the award, or I was nominated, or I wasn't nominated. And at the end of the day, like you said, as long as you're good with upstairs.
yes, yes. Yep, that's why I look at it as like, well, he gave me another day, and whatever he calls me to do, as long as I'm doing by what he wants, and no one's perfect, and that's why he came here,
Hmm.
to to rescue those people that have been through what we've been through. Like I said, a lot of people tell me, "Oh, I've never had any problems, or not." We've all been broken. That's in the Bible, and we just gotta uh, fine tune ourselves and. Like you said, everybody has a different talent, a different gift, and if you stop and really listen to what he's asking, you'll know what it is. You know,
Hmm.
and unfortunately, hopefully, I'm heading down the right path.
Yeah.
So any events you got lined up for that? For like
No,
for
no, yeah, we
to have?
have we had fanfare lined up. We even got a call to do the Racine, Wisconsin festival. Unfortunately, we were both, since my restaurant is opened. We got pretty busy, and so we wasn't able to do something. And we're not going to be able to do anything until after March, until after fanfare. We'll start
Okay.
probably doing some more stuff. I know we have a couple of shows here. They're local stuff. Nothing what I would call major. But after we get back from this next week, which is spring break, we'll start looking for places where we'll start playing. From San Antonio and Houston, Dallas, and then out of state, probably like in Colorado and Denver and Greenlee, and hopefully get back into the back up north. Uh, to Michigan and Ohio and those areas as well. Because when I was with Eddie Gonzalez, off and on, we used to go up there a lot. So um, I like to open those doors again and be able to go down there. So
Awesome. Yes. Okay.
yeah, so um, focusing on this one, and we do well with this, we'll do another album after this, and that one will probably be uh, either full Texas country and or our new category now that they have of a Texas country or Tejano country, and I'm kind of wondering how that's going to go. And maybe a little bit know a little bit more of the insight that I do, because so far I haven't really heard too many stations uh, doing the countryside of it, Tejano wise anyway. But um, how's that going for y'all? I mean, have y'all had a huge response for that genre of music now that we're in that category, or no?
For for the Tejano or for the country?
Yeah, Tejano, what they call, well,
Oh,
they opened the one here called Texas Tejano Country is what they opened it up as, but I wasn't sure if y'all are opening up to that platform or not yet.
I think KLMO has Saturdays. KLMO has Tejano Country going on.
Oh,
Okay, I
KLM.
can I can barely hear you on my end.
Yeah, La Jolla, we can barely hear you.
she said
I,
KLMO has it.
yeah,
Has.
KLMO on Saturdays has Tejano Country going on.
there you
Yeah,
go. On
Oh,
Saturday.
yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
yeah. I was really wondering because I think I was really surprised that it came out so soon. Uh, I'll be honest with you. I kind of feel we kind of rushed into it. I think we should have set our roots and stations that we're going to be able to play. It's um, like country. You have regular mainstream country, which plays pop, all the current stuff, and then you have the mid what they call oh it's a midstream country. Then you have old country, and they have those different platforms. We've been able to do pretty much like with this album so far. Luckily, we're breaking into some of those older roots in '80s type country feel with this, and kind of like what the Texas Tornadoes did, and that's what we're kind of mimicking, kind of what they did and the Mavericks did. Um, so I'm hoping that we get to that level with our stuff, with stations and etc. Hopefully, that would open a huge market, you know, uh, and and then the long one is being able to show, people like, uh, in the Tennessee market, that's what we all want, I guess.
Mhm.
That's what I'm shooting for, I guess. And like I said, just to have our music recognized that we can also do country music.
Oh yeah, we do it all.
Hmm.
Mhm.
Yeah, we
I
do.
would say rap, but I'm not a good rap artist.
Rap is. For me,
So
I'm not much in. I don't know much about country. Sadly, I'm not much of a country fan, except for the when they leaks you know, into another genre. But I know in the valley, here in the valley, I'm from the 956. We had
yes,
Country
love
Roland.
that area.
Country Roland did a lot of the country style, um, kind of conjunto country, like conjunto made country, and
Yes,
now his grandson, called Kicker Daddy Legacy, is continuing in that genre, and he's got some pretty good stuff. So I guess along the lines of, where do we fit in Tejano country? I think
mhm,
that I think you have to be a broader spectrum to include uh, Tejano country.
yes, yes, yeah,
Como
yeah.
dice
Mhm.
my artist, conjuntified, because he's
But
saying that Tennessee whiskey, my artist Conjunto Diferencia, they do
mhm,
a conjunto style as Tennessee whiskey, but they call it conjuntified.
Uh,
yeah.
yeah,
Oh wow, wow. Yeah, I was
yeah.
wondering because I know Bobby's come out with one recently, and instead Lucky Joe I think came out with one, or maybe in collaboration with Bobby. But yeah, I'm wondering how that's gonna how we're gonna be affected and on what stations we're gonna be airplayed. I guess I should say.
Right. Right.
Because a lot of
Well,
people listen to it, they're like,
music, though, good music is good music, and when it's
hmm,
good, it's gonna get played no matter
It'll
what.
be
yeah,
shared all platforms and all
Yeah.
platforms. Hmm.
yeah,
Dice
yeah,
que Juan Abrego is a very humble gentleman.
yeah, yeah, a little bit. I try to put others before myself. To be honest with you, that's what it's about. And it's somebody that needs help. No matter what it is. It's always good to put somebody before ourselves. That's what you want. To leave uh, if it's for me to leave a legacy, is that I'd open the door for somebody. Before I walk through it. Well,
Hmm.
and I guess that's where I go with this, and the music career is just back in the '80s, and early '90s when this was barely come out. It was tough to get in if you weren't with somebody like Mas or La Sombra. It was hard to get in this industry. It was very hard. You weren't really given a shot, and I'm seeing that we do need to incorporate even the young talent, uh, and give everybody a fair shot. Because that's the only way our music going to grow. You know, uh, People are retiring from it already. Roberto Pulido, Bobby, uh,
Hmm.
Elida.
and Elia, yeah.
That's where
It's
we need that younger generation to step up.
Yep.
yeah, you
Yes.
know,
Yeah.
and I think if we humble ourselves, I think, and and on all aspects, managers, promoters, and etc. To be open to hear these people. Just because we may not like that music, you'd be surprised on what
That's
when somebody it can hit somebody, it can trigger a big effect. And I've seen artists that weren't known, and they did one song, and that's all it took. And
Mhm.
that's what we want. That's what I want, is to help others like that, to have that chance to get up on the main stages and etc. And you
Definitely.
know because that's the only way, like I said, that's the only way our music is ever going to grow.
right. And
Good. That's good.
my style as being a promoter, I think that God helped me to bring these new upcoming artists, because back in the day, como estaban, they used to bring people to open up for these well known
Yeah.
artists. Y luego,
Hmm.
when I came into it, it's to each his own. They don't want to bring anything. So
Yeah.
now I'm
Yeah.
the
Mhm.
bringing the upcoming artists, and this year I actually am having my event at Co 45, and I have a well-known artist that's actually, which is going to be Ricardo Castellón La Diferencia, which is one
That's
of my
it.
favorite days.
Yeah.
But I got my upcoming artists, and so when I got people telling me to do the events, and I go, you better just remember, you need to announce my upcoming artists because they are somebody. These are
Yeah.
Right.
artists, but I got to bring my somebodies in here, which is my new upcoming artists.
Hmm.
Right.
And you're right.
Country,
Er,
and I'm bringing Tejano, I'm bringing different music because
Yes.
they need to know it all, not just
Yeah. Yeah,
so
and that's correct. That is, and I think, I mean, from the bottom of my heart, I thank y'all, because y'all are the ones that make the difference. You're the ones that play it on the air and promote,
Mhm.
in different areas and venues and etc. Fiestas, different celebrations that are not just here in Texas but throughout. Because our music, I think, it reaches a lot of people. Canada,
Mhm.
Mexico, even Japan. I mean. Uh, it's amazing. It's really amazing what our stuff has done.
Yes. I want to give a shout out to Hilda Peña. Hilda Peña says hello to everyone, and she
yes.
says hi. So
Mhm.
Hi.
So,
Hilda Peña,
hello.
hello. And then Veronica Aragones, she says, especially in our Hispanic community, we need that. I'm assuming like the support and the help. So
Mhm.
she did say that too. That you're doing a great job. So
Okay, thank you
that's
very much.
so far some of the people who've been commenting on there. Yes.
Oh, good, good.
So you know it's getting out there. You're getting you're getting you're they're hearing what your goal is and stuff. So you already have that support.
Oh, good, good. And like I said, it takes all of us as a group, to
Hmm.
get together and make it work. That's I see a very bright future, to be honest with you. I
Yes.
think we can go more than what we even did in the '90s.
That sounds so great
Yes.
and positive. I love that.
Yeah.
Yes. So we need more people like Johnny Abrigo to get that going,
Yeah.
and
Right.
we could support.
Yeah, it's
Definitely.
it's talking to everybody and having that vision. I think that has a lot to do with it. It's
Hmm.
you know seeing it for what it is for everybody. To benefit from it and reap from it. You know.
Right.
So you say I was reading your bio and you started at 7 years old that
Hmm.
your father or grandfather?
That was my father.
Your
Yeah.
father did. Oh, sorry, my chihuahua.
Yeah.
Stand
Don't worry.
ahead.
I said if I scream in a minute, it's not because I wanted to scream. I have one of my cats that's in the house, and she has sharp claws. And oh my gosh, I was like, she likes to. You know how cats do? They run around your legs or feet, and man, sometimes she just out of nowhere. So I was gonna let y'all know that. but yeah,
So
uh,
talk to us about that now. So your dad was a musician or your grandpa? It's already in the family.
yeah. I have aunts and well, I actually have an aunt out of Corpus Christi that plays the accordion really well. And she
Mhm.
decided not to pursue it, but she was when I was very young. That was one of my to go person that I really got into hearing that music. My dad played the guitar a little bit. One of my other uncles played Christian music in the accordion. So he said, "Mijo, I can teach you the polkas, but I can't teach you anything else like cruz de madera or you know, uh, things of that nature." He goes, "But I'll teach you a couple of polkas and their scales." So yes, it was in our family already.
Mhm.
I was very blessed, and I always tell the story. I actually didn't know Spanish when I was growing up. I had a nanny que era una abuelita, and so I learned nothing but like Metallica and Deep Purple and Iron Maiden, those rough, you know, hard rockers. And what happened one day was I was going through my dad and my uncles and my grandpa. They would always be in the living room or somewhere outside barbecuing, and they always had Ramon Ayala or Tony de la Rosa, Marco Salivar. Some of the old guys, Bernal, uh, Conjunto Bernal, gosh, who else was there?
What was
Los
it?
Tigres.
Prendidos del bote y el bote
Yeah.
prendido.
Yeah. And so one day I was running through the area and I heard a polka. And I'm thinking it was from either Ren Vela or Tony de Rosa, no me acuerdo to this day, but I stopped in the middle of I think I was going to the living room and they were listening to music there. And I remember I stopped. I said, "Hey, what is that?" My dad pues se enojó conmigo. Goes, "No, vete de aquí, ni sabes español," which I did at the time. And I said, "No, Dad, I wonder what that is." He goes, "That's an accordion." And so he left it at that. I left playing, and then he caught me hearing it. You know, I found it was back then. It was an eight. I mean, not an eight track, a 45 vinyl. You know, and so I found it. I kept playing it, and so probably
Mhm.
maybe a year later, 2 years later, me acuerdo, he bought me an accordion, and so that's where I started picking up and learning it a little bit at a time. So and to this day I still learn stuff. It's music is like mathematics. You can put an indie in any type of English to Spanish, Spanish to Chinese.
Yes,
You you could add different styles. It's amazing what you can do with it. It's like mathematics, like I said. It's like numbers. They never quit.
Yeah, it'll work.
so Tito David, to tell you to tell us about the restaurant and how you got started with it, and how you, I guess, all the famous people would play there in the past.
Okay, the actually when I moved back, when I got married, I was actually going to retire. I was not going to work no more. I hit my goal at 50. I told myself I was not going to work no more, and I learned that from being in the farming community that I'm from, and oil and gas. I did a little bit of everything when I was young, and I started at a young age. My first vehicle to drive was a tractor. It wasn't nothing. That's just a tractor, And then I learned how to drive a truck so I could drive the fuel tank to whatever field my dad was plowing at because we had land and cattle and hay and cotton.
Well,
And then I had on my other side, those that they started from what they call a roughneck in the oil fields, and then I had crews. So I learned that aspect of también when I was going through college, uh, and or before college, to be honest with you. And I didn't want to work like that. My dad said, "In my abuelito, I learned from you." Said, "Mijo, you better get an education and get something you love. It's not about the money; it's about what you like to do."
Yeah.
And that's what I found. I found my niche, and I found it early. And what happened when I came back here? The restaurant was called just the Lumber Yard. That's what it was called, and a lot of big artists used to come here. Josh Abbott, Kevin Fowler, Rick Trevino, and the list goes on. I mean, all the big Texas country hitters used to come here, and even more than that. I think George Jones was here, Tanya Tucker.
Wow.
Gosh, yeah, there was some big names
oh,
uh, that came through here. And what happened? The owner got in some financial trouble, and the place actually had burnt down. Part of it, and he called me out of nowhere, and he said, "Hey, I need to talk to you." And and I said, "Look, I can't talk to you. I do stuff with OSHA, and I know that the U.S. Marshals are involved, police, you know, a bunch of other stuff. I mean, there's a lot of law enforcement involved in doing the investigation of what happened to the place. And so I thought he wanted to talk about it. I said, "Oh, I can't talk to you about any of that stuff, you know." And he said, "No, no, it has nothing to do with that." So I went to go meet with him, and he said the place is it's not under investigation no more, et cetera, et cetera. And I said, "Well, why'd you call me?" He goes, "Well, I want to sell it to you." And I was like, "What?" I said, "Why would you want to sell it to me?" He goes, "Well, because I seen you." And like I said, Rick is a he's a friend and an acquaintance of mine. And I'd been up here with him before, and he saw me there, and he with I mean with uh, oh gosh, some other artists who that just play over here. And so he said, "I know that you play music, and I think you could make all these people come back, these artists come back again."
Oh wow.
And I said, "Man, I don't know, Cody. I've never." I said, never." And it really wasn't a restaurant shop per se. It was just a venue. When they had people that came like that, they would open the kitchen and cook, you know, whatever. It wasn't open full time like it is right now with us. So I talked to my wife and I said, "Look, I'm going to be honest with you. If we buy this place, I'm going to be married to it because you just can't take off, when you want, and sure enough, I got in and I thought, what am I thinking?"
Did you like
you,
that in
you,
the city?
and at the same time, I was recording it with Max from the Tex Maniacs, and a bunch of the artists are on the CD. And at Blue Cat Studio, and so I was juggling a lot of things. And then between all this, I got found by this company I work with now. I got a call out of nowhere saying, "Hey, uh, it says here you live in Roscoe, Texas." I said, "Yeah." He goes, "No, I'm just asking you. It says you live there." I said, "I do." And I said, "Well, who is this?" And so they told me the name of the company, and so I said, "Well, how can I help you?" And he goes, "They said you do OSHA stuff." And I said, "Yeah." I said, "But I'm retired already." And they go, I said, "I bought a restaurant." And he goes, "Well, you know what? We're doing a highway right there in your town, in which there is a big highway being built here, and bridges and et cetera." And so this was about, like I said, probably about 2 years ago. And so I said, "Well, you know, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it. My responsibility is now this restaurant. I'm recording music as well." He goes, "We'll work with you." And so I ended up loving the job so much I stayed and got on with them full time. And so and then running the restaurant. So I go from working over there, come in, eat dinner at the house, then I go straight to the restaurant and do what I got to do there. so so I keep pretty active. I'm glad I'm not recording no more because that was another uh I wouldn't say hassle. It was just a lot of stress on me, uh to go through all that. Yeah, I wouldn't wish that on anybody because you're working a lot of hours.
Yeah, yeah. A lot of people don't realize how much it actually takes to go into the studio and record. Well,
Yes.
quality. If you
Yeah.
want to do something quality,
Yes. Yeah. Quality and the time, and and setting, even before then, setting the ideas, how everything's going to be laid out. It's a process. It's a process, so it took a lot. And now it's called Hicks at the Lumberyard. And we got the name Hick because my wife's father, she didn't get to know him very well. He died when she was very young. And so that was his nickname. They called him Hick. So we decided to call the place Hicks at the Lumberyard.
oh,
Oh, that's
But here pretty soon, in fact, starting this month, at the end of the month, every month from now through October, we'll have a different country band, Texas country bands that are coming through here. But we've also had Jaime, which is a good friend of mine, the Texas Maniacs. We've had David Farias over here,
nice.
uh, a friend of mine and really part of the family, Juan P. Moreno. Um, and in fact, Juan did some electrical work. That's one of his trades is electrician. so so my hats off to all them and all the people that within my community, good friends of mine that are real close, helped me get things going with where they are right now. So we just take it a day at a time. Like I said, it's a small community, and if it was somewhere like in San Antonio, Austin, it would probably be doing a lot better because you have a lot more people.
Mhm.
Uh, and the biggest town to us is 8 miles away, which is Sweetwater, Texas, and then you have Abilene, San Angelo, Odessa, but they're probably 45 to an hour, 2 hours away. Lubbock, So, but we have a lot of people. I was really surprised. When travelers come through here, we've had people from Colorado, California. I mean, you name it. And then we have some pretty good food. We sell what I call American food. We don't really do like, uh, you know, uh, real traditional Mexicano food. We can, but we decided to go a different routes. We have so many different ethnicities here with our cultures, and so we decided to switch it up to meet everybody's needs.
Because that's what Tejanos are all about. We listen to all kinds of music. We eat all kinds of food. We're so versatile in every respect.
Yes, you're right.
That's
So
awesome.
that's what we're doing now. We do a lot of catering events. We do a lot of events for our church, events for our school, and so another thing we used to do, and we haven't done it in a while, but we just stuff for Texas Lands Camps as well. In fact, I'm part of that organization for kids.
Yeah. Well, that's real admirable that you're not only doing your part through the music, but you're also doing your part for the community, and that's very admirable because I think for me anyway, like being able to give back to the community, that is the biggest satisfaction. I don't know what it
Yeah,
is.
yeah,
Happy,
and that's what it is. Yeah, it makes you feel good.
very feel good. So you said you have this song, this country song. Is it already out? Is it out on digital platforms? So is it not out yet? What's the deal?
Yes, we have all the tracks that we have so far are all on digital platform.
Okay.
Uh, Apple Play, Apple Music, iHeartRadio, Spotify, you name it. There's just so many I couldn't even tell you. I just know when we did it, they we did a contract, and so they were put on all those sites.
What's
Uh,
the name of the song?
the ones we have out right now, the first one, Se llama la canción go on. I don't know if you're on YouTube
On YouTube.
or okay, you can go to Johnny Abrigo y los Texas Plowboys, and you can go look up the very first one we did was that were released so far is Me Parecía Tu Sombra, and that's featuring Eddie Gonzalez and my brother on it. That's one that's released right now. The other one is Brincando Cercas. That's
Um,
one that I did with Max Baca. And then the third one is Baila Mi Cumbia. So we have three that are out right now. We haven't released the country one yet. To the country stations we've released Marie and Crying Time. Sorry.
I'm gonna
So
try to
those
do
two.
this. I don't never done this before. Wish me luck. Let's see. Can we share? Are y'all seeing anything?
I think you can go down in the bottom and say,
They won't,
go to the bottom and say screen
they won't
share.
let me.
Let me see. Let me try it. And then you go to YouTube.
I don't have the rights. I don't have enough.
No, you don't have to be. You don't have to have the right. Let me see. Let me try it.
You try it, yeah, because it
Okay.
didn't let me.
What is it under? John Abrego, right?
Yeah, Johnny Abrigo and los Texas Plowboys.
And I believe you're scheduled to come on my show as well. Giras y
Yes.
Desveladas. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and you can put
So
just Johnny y los Texas Plowboys. They'll come up también.
Okay. Here's Texas Cowboys. Cowboys. Oh yeah, I remember when I interviewed you.
Yeah.
Cowboys.
saludos to John J. Martinez from Tucson, Arizona. Uh,
Hello. Saludos.
yes.
¿Cómo se llama la country song? ¿Era qué?
Me
The one we
persigue.
have is Crying Time. That's out in Marie.
Okay,
Those we
time.
released to the Texas Country networks. Um, The Tejano ones, those ones I was just telling you was Brincando Cercas, Me Persigue Tu Sombra, and Baila Mi Cumbia. Those are the ones we just released, or the last two anyway. But there's three of those. I'll make sure that Vicky since I think he sent them to.
To
Uh,
what he said.
yes, yeah.
Aquí nomás salió Johnny Brigo, me parece que es tu sombra.
Mi Persigue Tu Sombra.
Me
Persigue tu
sigue
sombra.
and you're still on my mind.
Yeah, you can put that one on too. That's either. That's yeah.
Okay, let's see here. Okay, now let's go over here to share.
Tampoco. Let me try it. No, tampoco. Where is Hen Dog?
Mhm.
Hello, Hen Dog. No quiso, no quiere.
And I wish if I had my computer, I probably could share it with you, but I don't have. I'm on my iPhone.
Yeah, no, we're doing the sharing, but maybe we don't. I'm thinking we don't have the permissions. Maybe.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah, yeah, because I can see it on backstage on my screen,
Hmm.
but it's not giving me um option to put it on stage. Any luck, Joya? Want the Hen Dog?
Yeah, because then I know it's. I've never done it. I don't even know how y'all keep up with loading and unloading. And man, I would. I'm going to be the first one to tell you in my job that I do. I have to be a lot on the computer, but I am not the sharpest tool in the shed to do those things. I take shortcuts on YouTube, a lot of stuff.
The back end to open it. It comes over here on the window, so you have to open the windows to share it. Pero we don't have
Yeah, the
the
rights to do that.
yeah.
Well, I'll make sure that Vicky will send it to y'all those songs, those three for sure, so y'all can put them on y'all's program.
Yeah, no, it'd be fine. Like when I interview. As a matter of fact, when do you come on? That's a very good question. My calendar, and by that time, I'll make sure to have them all ready because
Hmm.
we have technical difficulties here, and that's okay. That happens.
Yeah, that happens, and I'll make sure that Vicky también sends you one of the country ones because I know the ones she sent you. I think are all the Tejano ones.
Yeah.
On the April 13th, we are on.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, so make sure you have your taxes done.
You're you're kidding a lot of people, even myself as being a business owner. I was like, it's a lot to go through.
I know, yeah. 13th is gonna be crunch time.
You ever heard of that? Oh my gosh.
So let's talk about these songs that we can't get on. Me persigue tu sombra. What is it? A cumbia? Is it a country like you said? Tejano country.
No, Me Persigue Tu Sombra, that's an old song done by Luis. Actually, who actually did that song a long time ago before even, not before Luis did it, who recorded it, but uh, este, Flaco Jimenez, uh, wait, Persigue Tu Sombra? No. Me Persigue Tu Sombra was done by the Chamacos,
Oh,
actually. Yeah, that was one that Jaime did and Juan P. Moreno. The second one is Brincando Cercas. That's the one that Flaco Jimenez did. He goes, "Hey, if you did it more Tejano than the Conjunto, I think it'd be a good run." And so far, we've had a lot of responses to that one también. Um,
It's
It's
a
Baila Mi
catchy title, or it's a catchy title already.
Yeah, Baila Mi Cumbia was actually done by Tremendos Cinco. We just did it. We just did it, like I said, a little more flavor of the Tejano than they did the conjunto beat on that song. But I think you'll enjoy them all when you hear them. Uh, "Crying Time Again" was a song done by
Rebecca
oh
Valadez. Oh, I'm seeing that she's featured.
she's featured on the background vocals a lot of the music. Ram
Oh,
did it
nice.
one with did one with me también, Herrera. Uh,
Oh, nice.
there was a lot of good artists. Flockwood came in and did the accordion playing on some of the songs. Uh,
What?
yeah, and so Josh también, Baca and Max helped out. Chris, Bobby Flores, que Dios lo descanse. I'm thinking I was probably the last artist he recorded on as far as the steel guitar and the twin fiddles and etc.
Oh,
Um,
wow.
it's
So
sad that.
the last Vaca song was Brincando Cercas, and you're still on my mind with Rebecca
Hmm.
Valadez. And
But
then
yep,
Flaco Jimenez, Don't You Ever Get Tired.
yeah, yep. Much you ever get tired of hurting me? Yeah, and that was a song. Do you remember the song Ronnie Milstat did that song a long time ago? Uh, and so, like I said, I got some of that uh those inspirations from some of the older country people back in the day,
Yeah.
Roy
That's
Clark, and so um, you know, I've got Mexico. That's an old song. And none of those had ever been done in much less in Texas country or Tejano country, should I say? So
yeah,
we would put a little bit of a different spin to it.
yeah.
So
Update it, refresh it.
yeah, yes,
Yeah. Yeah, that's
yes,
nice. That's
yeah.
good. That's what we need. And as I've spoken to La Joya, that I'm the president of the Tejano Music Legacy Foundation, trying to keep it Tejano alive. There needs to be, and of course, you have your diehard Tejano fans, and say, that's not Tejano, that's not Tejano, but Tejano has to evolve.
Yes,
Tejano has to evolve
exactly.
for it to come, to the newer generations. It needs to
Right.
evolve and incorporate the sounds that the younger generations are
Yeah, they
listening to.
pick up and yeah,
And
yeah.
even like you're incorporating the older country, well, the younger generation hasn't heard it. It's brand new to
Exactly.
them.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
brand
They
new to
don't.
them.
You're exactly right.
Yeah.
you know they don't, they have no idea. And and it's funny you say, because some of the people that I know, even you know uh in my age group, and they go, where's that song from? Someone else, and they love it. I have a lot of people that requested it, and the CD and etc. And then they're like, where did you learn that song? Who did you write that? I'm like, no, that's not that's not my song, but I just redid it, and
Like, you should play
either.
my song now.
Do you play your songs in your restaurant?
Monday.
Do you play your songs in your restaurant?
I've played it twice, I think there, and just because I'll be honest with you, I get so busy with customers, and sometimes we have pool leagues. I mean that we come in there and people, it gets pretty packed sometimes, and so
Best way to
I
shop.
I, I gotta be more the one that's socializing and making sure everybody has everything they need, and you know, uh,
Nice.
that's how would I say it. My customers, I need to make sure that they're getting what they're paying for. That's what I'm trying to say, I guess. So, but yeah, they've listened to it. A lot of people like it, So I've gotten a good response, and like I said, hopefully it'll do well and be put in categories and etc. Our next um, goal is to do a one or two videos on some of those songs.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So
I need to be honest with you. When Vicky V approached me with adding you on to interview you at Giras y Desveladas, I thought she said Playboys. I thought, oh, is that like a new version of the Playboys? Oh, and she's like, no, and she spelled it out. No, Plowboys. What are plowboys?
Yeah,
That's
they're 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 they're
what I
they're
am.
actually like a rancher that back in the days they used to have a plow behind a horse.
Right?
That's actually considered a plowboy, and
Oh,
so that's where we got that. It's actually my old school high school mascot,
what?
and so yeah, yeah, that's how I got that.
The ones that behind the horse that am I not
They,
understanding
they they
correct?
they have a it's a plow that's in the front, and then they got it looks like like they have a bicycle handles almost, but they go down, and they're behind the horse, and the horse is pulling the
Oh,
plow.
okay. A plow. Yes, hello, Gigi. A plow. I'm sorry. I was thinking a pala, like picking up the poop.
I hear you. I hear you.
Oops. Thank you for that clarification.
No, no, no. But that's how I got it. And they're hard workers, and they put family first, and et cetera. That's why I came up with that. I thought, what better mascot to put, somebody that's a person, not, uh Juan Abrigo los Bobcats o algo así, ¿no?
Right, right, right. Yeah. Well, no, no. Well, now, thank you for educating me on that.
No, no, está bien, está bien.
I was like, is it Playboys? Because Eddie
And
Olivares
I
Playboys.
think there is a group that has that name. I can't remember what the first of it, but I know it's the Texas
Eddie
Global.
Olivares and the Playboys. Olivares. That's
That's
a single
right.
from the 70s.
That's right. That's right.
Play with my
Yep.
dad. There.
Wow.
Yeah. And so
Wow.
I was like, the Playboys again?
Yeah.
I didn't know. But Plowboy is cool.
Well, thank y'all. Thank y'all so much.
So, are we La Jolla? Are we good? Are we? I
Perfect.
think we're good. You know what, Mr. Abrigo? It's been a pleasure getting to know you and
Well,
your
thank y'all.
story. It was already impressive when we saw your bio, and now getting to know you and this level, it's really nice. All the things that you're doing. Thank you for taking care of our fellow man, especially in something so
Yes.
delicate as suicide watches and stuff like that. So you're doing awesome.
Well,
Um,
thank you.
yeah, I'm glad to. I can't wait for you to be on my show, but I'm glad I was here with New Mexico Radio. I'm glad La Jolla was
Yeah.
here. And
Thank y'all
Laura,
so much.
I
La
got
Jolla.
I had him on my show a couple.
Yes, I did. It was a great show. We did really good. I really thank you, ladies, for taking the time. Love y'all very much. And I'm gonna give you my number for everybody that's out there that's listening. Like I said, you know, don't ever be afraid that you think that no one wants to hear you, no one wants to uh, give you time. There's always time. Uh,
Wow.
my, and I don't care if it's 1 o'clock in the afternoon or 1 o'clock in the morning. You know, my number is area code 325-207-8975.
Can we put it on there, Miss La Jolla? Or
Yes. Yeah, y'all can put it wherever y'all want. That's fine with me. And then my email for booking and or if you that's the only way you can get in touch with me is through email. It's Los Texas Plowboys at gmail.com.
that's easier. Los Texas Plowboys at gmail.com.
What's the
Mhm.
So
phone?
anybody who's out there struggling and this resonates with you, give Mr. Abrigo a call because that is something that needs to be addressed, and I'm really happy that you're addressing it in that fashion. And thank you for that. Thank you for everybody that out there that might need, even just one life gets saved. That'll be
Yeah, that's one less,
one
one
less.
less tragedy, Uh
Yes, yes.
What's
that's
the
I,
phone
I
number again? Can you give me your phone number again?
yes, ma'am. America 325-207-8975.
Okay. All right.
Well, it was a pleasure, Mr. Abrigo. It was a pleasure, La Jolla, and it was a
Thank
pleasure,
you.
Laura,
Thank
the time
you.
that you were on.
Y'all too, all three. Thank y'all so much.
Thank
May
you.
God bless y'all and everything that y'all do,
Thank you.
and continue to give you good health and many more days ahead.
Same,
And
same.
hopefully you see each other in person one day, God
Yes,
willing.
Yeah,
yes,
you're
yes.
playing in fanfare, right?
Monday?
You're playing in fanfare?
No, I'm gonna be. I'm actually going on a cruise. I won't be here during
Oh,
that time. If not, I would have. I was scheduled to go, and unfortunately, I wasn't. I'm not. I was gonna be able to make it because it clashed with my with my with my Jamaica trip.
There you go. There you go. I want to thank everybody that chimed on into New Mexico
Same
Radio.
here.
Thank you to Hen Dog for allowing this platform for our artists to bring out their music and let everybody know about them in a more personal level. So thank you very much. We good, La Joya? What's
yes,
going
good.
on?
Thank you.
All
Yes,
right.
Thank
Thank you
you
so
guys.
much. God
bye.
Thank
bless you. Bye
you. Bye.
bye.
Bye.